Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Write With Me at IELTS Juice. Today, we're going to plan for a letter. And the prompt here is telling us that you work for an international company. Please pay attention. It's not just some ordinary company. You are working for an international company. So this is a company that has different branches throughout the world. Not all countries, of course, but there are different branches. And would like to spend 6 months working in its head office in another country. So from the information I'm reading here, I understand that you are working in one of the branches, but you would like to upgrade because you're going to go to the head office where top managerial position is held, or maybe positions are held, more than one. Depends on the size of the company. You can decide. You can decide if it's a huge company with hundreds and maybe thousands of employees, or it's just a small, not family sized because it is international, but it is relatively small. Maybe you have 50 employees in different countries, and you have maybe 3 offices, and you work in a branch. You would like to go to the head office, which is in, I don't know, in an English speaking country. It doesn't say so. Your head office can be in Mumbai, uh, I don't know, or in Jakarta. It really doesn't matter. Or Warsaw, really doesn't matter. Just make sure that you think about these scenarios beforehand and go wild. Start coming up with, I don't know, a scenario or something, and let your imagination flow. This is a completely imaginary situation. So IELTS is not going to fact check every single sentence you're going to put here. We'll continue. Write a letter to your manager. Now, you need to know the name of your manager. Again, it's obvious. And this letter is going to land on your manager's desk. What are we going to write here? 1. Explain why you want to work in that company's head office for 6 months. You need to come up with reasons. You can think of maybe a specific project. Maybe you would like to collaborate. Maybe you just want to be there because they are running a specific program. And once you finish it, you can, once you acquire the necessary knowledge, you can come back to the branch office and start expanding and start, I don't know, finding new markets, start investing in some elements that will eventually be beneficial for the company. Again, your opinions, your imagination. Next one, say how your work could be done while you're away. So you're going to be absent for 6 months from your current position, which is in a branch office. Who is going to take responsibility? Who is going to be there? Who is going to do your tasks? You're no longer there. How are you going to manage that gap? This is important. Again, you need to come up with something. For example, oh yeah, I have an assistant. My assistant, my apologies, can fill in the position. Or I'll be online. I can work 2-3 hours more. And basically my assistant there can send me emails and I will tell him or her what to do. Or you can just simply say that we're going to close the branch for 6 months, which is not an ideal option, but that happens. Or maybe you can justify it by saying that in this season, we will not have many clients, and the ones that we may have had already been informed of this transition. So their orders will come once I come back. All of these scenarios can work. And finally, ask for his or her help in arranging it, meaning in arranging your trip to the head office, your accommodation, and you stay there, you work there, for 6 months, you do whatever is necessary, as I just explained. You're going to attend seminars, you're going to attend, I don't know, out of work inspections, whatever it is. Just stated that what you would like your boss to start arranging these elements, and remember to be very polite about this. And then you will end the letter and submit it for revision. As you know, every time we write a letter, we decide on the tone, or the register actually. So we want to decide whether our letter is formal or informal. I think, yes, you're already shouting at your screen telling me that, yes, Kasra, obviously this is a formal letter. All right, but I want to again say, please let it be always in front of you, because all your sentences, and I really mean all of your sentences, must be with this tone, must be formal. We cannot joke in the middle. We cannot all of a sudden start having I don't know, some casual communications with our boss. That must not happen. It's absolutely important that your letter has this tone in all elements. All elements, not a single word or sentence should be anything other than formal. And number two, remember that you're asking for an opportunity. Going to head office is considered an upgrade. You need to be in very good standing communication with your manager to be able to get this position. Probably many other head branches are in competition to get that offer. So remember, your letter should stand out. With that, let's start planning. So the very first sentence that is going to set the tone is going to be our opening statement. You need the first sentence. You do not need to say of course, after salutation, where you simply say, "Dear Mr. Smith," I don't know, "Dear Mr. Williamson," whatever. You start your salutation. You of course you do not need to say, "I hope this letter finds you well. I hope your family is fine," and things like that. They're completely not related to the task. You need to be very brief, but not rude, very formal. Something like, "I'm writing this letter to kindly request for my trip to head office in July until the next, I don't know, December, until the end of the year," something like that. And you just start why you are writing this letter, and be very, very respectful. You might want to come up with some information here. My suggestion is that since this is a letter, you don't need a lot of, I don't know, connecting info here. Yes, of course you can go ahead and add some connecting info and add more sentences, but you don't need some how can I say it, introduction to the concept. But you can still go ahead and give some context. So if I may, I would like to say that you can introduce before this, sorry, you can introduce why you are going to take this trip, why you are planning to be in the head office. That would be my suggestion. You can talk about the reason. Maybe you can say one reason. If it's only one reason, because IELTS is not telling us how many, you can only state one reason, but just make sure that's convincing enough. Or you can say, basically, I would like to do so based on the following reasons. And you go ahead and start saying that. You don't need a background unless you really want to talk about that, and I will tell you later what happens. But my suggestion is to just go ahead and talk about the reasons here. Then it says, say how your work could be done while you're away. You need to come up with details here. So you're away. Immediately you need to say why. After you said why you will be away, you need to immediately start saying, but don't worry, while I'm gone, there will be no disruption at work. How did you manage that? Start giving details. Start saying, okay, while I'm gone, this person will take over. While I'm gone, we're going to shut down some of the services. Before I go on a trip, I had already informed some of our clients about this and that. So go ahead and give details why it is safe to just abandon your position for 6 months and be in the head office. And you finish it off by saying in your closing statement that you would like your boss to give you further assistance in this case. Now, yeah, this is perfect. How does he or she can do that for you? By arranging it. You may say, okay, so you probably need to buy some tickets. The company needs to arrange that. Accommodation, the company needs to arrange that. Or if you're going to pay them, then you can just submit the receipts and the company will compensate you for the trip. So basically your closing statement would be the arrangement. Now the arrangement, I'm not saying 3 sentences, I'm just saying maybe 2 sentences. But your closing statement will be something like this. You add some further you asked for some further information or further assistance for the arrangement, and you basically focus on the arrangement before you go ahead. This is different from this one. These are the arrangements that you had to do as a member. I don't know whether you are the head of the branch office or you are just an employee in the branch office, but these are the arrangements you need to do. This area is the arrangements that your boss needs to do, and they're very different from each other. And then you just end it by saying something like regards, kind regards, and you finish off your letter. So this is my suggestion. Is there an alternative to this? Yes. An alternative would be to just insert another paragraph over here. You are going to say the reasons. This is the first bullet point. So the reasons why you are doing this may have one paragraph all by its own. Then you are going to follow, the rest is basically the same. There you go. Except now, maybe here in the opening statement, you may want to introduce the request and you explain a little bit more about the request that you are making. And you might want to say, yes, based on this initiative, or based on this program, or based on what you said earlier in your visit to our office, I don't know, or for the benefit of our own company, anything can be can happen here. It's your letter. You can give a little bit of background here. So once again, you talk to your boss, address him or her politely. You give him or her a little bit of background. So you're writing this letter because of the 6-month trip that you're going to take. And then you say, okay, this is just a follow-up on your initiative in this that started back in, you say a year, or maybe back on, you say a date. And then you start saying, all right, why you are doing this and why it's important. You can talk about your branch, the importance of it, the sales, and maybe it's important for your branch to have so that you get something new, and for that you have to be physically there in the head office for 6 months. And then you start talking about the time that you're away, the arrangements you need to do while you're not there physically, and then the arrangements that your boss needs to do for the whole thing to happen. This is possible. It's depending on your taste. If you wish to have, for this you're going to need more words. So my guess would be that this will exceed 200 words. So it's fine. Maybe you want a very, very good score. So this is the way to go. Either my previous planning or this one, whatever you do, just make sure that you are very respectful. Your goal is to take this trip, and of course you want the factory to pay or the company to pay for you for all the trip. So it's an all expenses paid trip, but not a vacation. It's a business trip. You're going to be working for 6 months. And the end result will be fruitful both for you and for the company or factory. These are my suggestions. How would you plan this letter? You can write down below and let us know what you think. If you wish to see one sample done and improved on this topic, you can click over here. If you wish to see other letters or essays planned like this, click over here. And remember, eat healthy.